staying ahead in tech, it really feels like a constant sprint, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Just when you think you've maybe got a handle on things, boom, the landscape shifts again.
Yep.
So think of this as your shortcut through all that noise. We're really zeroing in on the big headline-grabbing announcements from Google I/O 2025.
Yeah, it was a massive event, as always. Really showcased the sheer breadth of Google's reach,
Yeah.
Everything from Android and Chrome fundamentals,
Right.
all the way up to search, YouTube, and of course, Gemini AI weaving through it all.
Exactly. And it can be, well, pretty overwhelming trying to sift through every single detail.
For sure.
So our mission today, really, is to cut through that noise. We want to pull out the genuinely significant developments, the stuff that makes you go, okay, that's where things seem to be heading. We'll keep it clear, try to avoid the super technical jargon, just focus on the insights into Google's direction and, what it might actually mean for you.
Sounds good.
So let's dive right into the absolute heart of it, AI.
Okay. And right at the top, leading the charge, is Gemini Ultra.
Right.
Google's positioning this as the premium, highest level of access to their AI capabilities.
That price tag, though, $249.99 a month. And U.S. only for now? That definitely makes you pause.
It does. It signals something, doesn't it? It's not just about accessing the models. It suggests a strategy targeting real power users and maybe trying to establish a premium AI market segment.
Huh. That could definitely ripple out, force competitors to maybe rethink their own tiers and features.
Exactly. But when you look at what's in the package, it starts to make a bit more sense. You've got the new VO3 video generator,
Okay.
the upcoming Flow video editing app, and this really interesting deep think mode that's coming with Gemini 2.5 Pro.
So it's aiming to be a full suite for, serious creative work.
Precisely. And it's not just those big headline features. Subscribers are also getting, much higher limits in Notebook LM, access to Whisk for image remixing, which is pretty neat. Gemini baked right into Chrome.
Okay, integration.
These experimental agentic tools, Vita, Project Mariner, think AI that does stuff for you proactively.
Right, not just responding.
Exactly. Plus, they throw in YouTube Premium and a, frankly, massive 30 TB of cloud storage.
Wow, okay. So it's a comprehensive bundle for people who really need that heavy-duty AI power.
That seems to be the idea.
Now, this deep think mode you mentioned for Gemini 2.5 Pro, that sounds really interesting. Enhanced reasoning, considering multiple answers.
Yeah, the way they describe it, it sounds less like just spitting out the first plausible answer and more like, how a person might approach a complex problem, exploring different angles, possibilities.
Before settling on a final response.
Yeah.
That feels like a step up.
It does. And, it mirrors some trends we're seeing elsewhere in AI research models designed to be more deliberate, to search and synthesize solutions rather than just pattern matching.
Actively weighing options.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could lead to more nuanced, maybe more accurate answers for tricky questions.
Potentially, yes. And the cautious rollout is key here. It's currently with trusted testers via the API. Right. And they're really emphasizing the ongoing safety evaluations.
Which is good to hear. It suggests they're aware of the potential implications of putting that kind of advanced reasoning out there.
Absolutely. Responsible development is crucial as this stuff gets woven deeper into everything. Okay, so shifting gears slightly, but staying visual, VO3 and Imagen 4.
Okay, VO3, video generation. The claim is it can now generate sound effects, background noise, even dialogue.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant leap, isn't it? It makes the output feel much more complete, more immediately usable.
Totally, like adding a whole new layer. And they're saying the quality's noticeably better than VO2 as well.
And it's accessible right in the Gemini chatbot app, but only for those AI Ultra subscribers using text or image prompts. Ties back to that premium offering.
Got it. Okay, then Imagen 4 for image generation. Speed seems to be the headline here.
Speed is definitely focused. They're saying it's faster than Imagen 3 already, and there's a future variant they're teasing that could be 10 times faster. 10 times. Wow. That could seriously change creative workflows.
It really could, but it's not just speed. They're also talking about improved visual fidelity, rendering fine details, things like fabric textures, water droplets, animal fur.
So more realism.
Much more realism, yeah. Plus, flexibility handling photorealistic and abstract styles, different aspect ratios up to 2K resolution. It seems like a very versatile tool.
And both of these, VO3 and Imagen 4, are the engines powering this new tool called Flow, aimed at filmmakers.
That's right. Flow is pitched as this AI-driven video tool, using VO and Imagen tech. Seems like it could, maybe make certain aspects of video production more accessible.
Interesting. So, connecting the dots, Google's really building out a comprehensive creative suite here, isn't it?
It looks that way. Image gen, video gen, editing tools, all powered by AI and integrated within that Gemini framework.
Okay, so let's talk about how this AI stuff is actually showing up for users in the apps.
Right, and the scale is pretty staggering. They mentioned over 400 million monthly active users for the Gemini app. 400 million. That's huge adoption already. Shows how quickly these assistants are becoming, well, normal.
It really does. And the new features rolling out now for Gemini Live, the camera and screen sharing capabilities, that's a big deal.
Powered by Project Astra, right, on both iOS and Android.
Exactly. And the idea is near real-time verbal chats with visual input. So you could, show the AI something with your camera and talk about it.
Get feedback instantly or have it identify something. That opens up a lot of possibilities.
It really does. And the next step they talked about is deeper integration with their other apps, Maps, Calendar, Tasks.
So you could maybe ask Gemini to give you directions based on a chat about meeting someone or schedule something.
That seems to be the vision. That kind of seamless cross-app functionality is a huge potential advantage for Google.
Makes sense. And they also updated deep research. You can upload your own PDFs and images now.
Yeah, which makes it much more useful for personalized research, analyzing your own documents and stuff.
And underlying a lot of this real-time multimodal interaction is Project Astra.
That seems to be the key. They describe it as their low-latency AI experience. Think AI that can react super fast. It's powering features in Search, the Gemini app.
And potentially third-party products, too.
That's what they said. And what's really ambitious is the long-term play with Project Astra glasses.
Right. The partnership with Samsung and Warby Parker. No launch date, but it points towards, truly ambient AI.
Exactly. AI that's always there, context-aware, integrated into your view of the world. Still feels a bit sci-fi, but that's clearly a direction they're exploring.
Okay, shifting again. AI agents and automation. This feels like the really cutting-edge stuff. Stitch. For designing app front ends.
Yeah, Stiff sounds like it could be a massive time saver for developers. You give it text or an image prompt.
It spits out UI elements and the actual HTML and CSS code.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Could really speed up that initial prototyping phase. They mentioned customization options too, so it's not just the black box. Kind of like vibe coding, but maybe more structured.
Interesting. And Jules, the AI agent for developers, is getting expanded access too.
Yes. 24/7.
That could seriously boost productivity for developers.
Absolutely. But maybe even more potentially transformative is Project Mariner.
Ah, yes. The experimental agent for browsing and using websites. What's the update there?
The big news is it can now handle nearly a dozen tasks simultaneously. And it's starting to roll out.
A dozen tasks.
Wow.
And the examples they gave, like buying baseball tickets or ordering groceries.
Directly through the agent without you ever visiting the actual ticket site or grocery store website.
That's a fundamental shift in how we might use the web, isn't it?
It really is. It raises huge questions, I think. If AI agents can just handle these transactions for us, what does that mean for the user experience, for existing online business models?
Definitely a lot to unpack there. Okay, moving on to search and communication. AI mode in Google Search is rolling out now in the US.
Yeah, this is the experimental feature for handling those really complex multi-part questions through an AI interface.
Like needing complex sports or finance data, or even virtual try-on for clothes.
Exactly. It points towards search becoming more interactive, more context-aware. And there's Search Live coming later this summer.
Which answers questions based on what your camera sees in real time.
Right, blurring that physical-digital line even further. And they mentioned Gmail is the first app where AI mode gets personalized context.
So maybe my search results could be informed by my emails. That's interesting.
It could be. Now, Beam, formerly Starline, the 3D teleconferencing thing.
Still feels like science fiction somehow becoming real.
Doesn't it? The multi-camera setup, that custom light field display.
Yeah.
It's all designed to create a much stronger sense of presence in virtual meetings.
And the AI's converting the video to 3D renderings with super precise head tracking, 60 feet P's, aiming for that almost like being there feeling.
And the integration with Google Meet is key, especially with that AI-powered real-time speech translation.
Yeah, the translation that keeps the speaker's actual voice and tone, that's incredible.
It really is a huge step for making global communication feel more natural. And that real-time translation is rolling out more broadly in Meet, too, not just Beam.
That'll have a wide impact.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's quickly cover some broader AI integrations in developer tools. Gemini in Chrome.
Yeah, a new AI browsing assistant. Helps you understand the context of a page, complete tasks right there in the browser. Could be very handy.
And Gemma 3N, a model for devices.
Right. Designed specifically for phones, laptops, tablets. Handles audio, text, images, video, pushing more powerful AI onto the device itself. It's in preview now.
Okay. And AI workspace updates for Gmail, Docs, Vids.
Yep, more productivity enhancements, personalized smart replies, and inbox cleaning in Gmail.
Inbox cleaning sounds good.
Doesn't it? New content creation and editing tools in Google Docs and the new Google Vids platform, just weaving AI more deeply into those everyday work tools.
Less things like video overviews in Notebook LM, that synth key detector for spotting AI content.
Right, showing attention to responsible AI and verification. And making Lyria real-time, the AI music tool, available via API for creators.
Lots happening there. Finally, Android and developer updates. Wear OS 6.
Mostly refinements, it sounds like. A unified font, dynamic theming coming to Pixel watches, new design guidelines, and Figma files for developers to encourage better, more consistent apps.
Okay. And Google Play updates for Android devs.
Quite a few things there. New tools for managing subscriptions, multi-product checkout, add-ons, making monetization easier.
And discovery tools, topic pages.
Yeah, topic pages to help users find apps based on interests, starting with movies and shows in the US, plus audio samples for apps, a new checkout flow.
Better testing and release management, too.
Definitely. Dedicated pages for testing, better monitoring tools, and crucially, the ability to halt a live rollout if a critical issue pops up. More control for devs.
And AI features hitting Android Studio itself.
Big time. Things like Journeys, which sounds like an agentic AI tied to Gemini 2.5 Pro, an agent mode for complex workflows, and enhanced crash insights powered by Gemini to analyze code and suggest fixes.
Wow, so really embedding AI into the development process itself.
Exactly.
So, okay, stepping back and looking at the whole picture from Google I/O 2025. A few major themes really jump out, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. The relentless pace and the deep, deep integration of AI across everything. That's number one.
Yeah, it's not just a feature anymore. It's like the foundation.
It really feels like the foundation now. Enhancing search, communication, creativity, development, everything.
And tied to that, a real focus on refining the user experience, making all this power feel more seamless, more integrated into just how you do things.
Making it accessible. And then, of course, a massive push on giving developers these incredibly powerful new AI tools to build whatever comes next.
So this deep dive, hopefully, has given everyone a good, condensed overview of the biggest takeaways. We've tried to highlight the key shifts.
Yeah, distilled the main points from a huge amount of information.
So here's maybe a final thought to leave you with. Looking at all these advancements, the smarter assistants, the AI agents, the new ways of interacting with tech via voice, visuals, maybe even glasses someday.
Yeah.
Which of these developments do you listening think could actually have the biggest impact on your daily life or maybe on your work? And I guess, what bigger questions does all this fast-moving tech bring up for the future?
It's definitely a lot to chew on.
It is. We'd encourage you to definitely explore any specific areas that caught your interest today. There's a lot more detail out there.
Indeed. What came out of I/O 2025 really offers a fascinating glimpse into where things are heading. We've only just scratched the surface here today.